Hello and welcome back to Wendy's Way. Today we're continuing our journey in fiber. I'm going to give you a quick tutorial and show you some photographs of something that I call the company's coming coaster. I have a family that just came tonight, and when I was picking up the house and arranging things for their visit, I realized I didn't have enough coasters to go around. So I grabbed some cotton yarn and I made some. Oh, they just take a few minutes. If you've got 2 strands of regular cotton yarn, you can whip one of these out in no time. All right, thank you for joining me, and please stay tuned for the company's coming coaster tutorial.
All right, we are going to start the tutorial for our company's coming coasters. Excuse my hesitancy. I've recorded this like 3 times. I've had camera issues and personal issues, and I do apologize tonight. My fingernails look a little bit like a gardener. Yes, that's it. And with good reason. Okay, this is the company's coming coaster. I was cleaning house, getting ready for my family to visit, and when I cleared all the surfaces and got ready for them to come, I realized I didn't have enough coasters to go around. So I got out some cotton yarn and I made some. And it's just, it's a very quick, I was going to say recipe. Yeah, I'm tired. It was a quick pattern. And if you've done any crochet in the round, it should be pretty easy for you. I crocheted this with 2 strands of a regular cotton kitchen style yarn of peaches and cream. One is variegated with the yellow, green, and coral color, and the other color is a solid turquoise. It goes well with some curtains and some other decor in my home, so those are the colors I choose. You can use, any style of yarn, single or double. I'm going to use bulky for the tutorial just because that makes it easier to see. Single strand makes it easier to see. And I'm going to use a big old hook. It's probably at least an M. And all right, let's get started. We start, of course, with a slip stitch. There are 100 different ways. I do it like that. That's how I was taught. I don't even know how to explain what I do. You just have to look at it. Now, we're just going to chain 4 to start. Leave that first one loose, very loose, because literally we're going to put 12 stitches in the first chain. So don't worry about snugging it up to your hook at all. We're simply going to chain 4. Oops, sorry. Need to put my crochet gloves on. I can keep my tension better if I'm not wearing my ring. All right. Chain 1 and 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Now we're going to start with double crochet. And we're going to go into that very first, very loose chain. Double crochet is yarn over, push through the stitch, yarn over again, pull it back through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That is a double crochet. In this circle, all the stitches going in this hole, counting this chain 3 that was in addition to the first chain, that counts as a double crochet each time you make a round. So in total, we're going to have 12 double crochet in the circle, and it's all going to be based out of this hole here. So on we go. double crochet number 2. Oops. This woven yarn can tend to split. Okay, I start talking and I lose count, including the chain. We're at 4. 5. There it is again. 6. That wants to split. 7. Probably because I've used this yarn and unwound it. 8. That's why it's trying to split on me. 9. 3 more. And I'm just trying to contain this tail over here so it doesn't get wrapped up in anything. Just keep it back out of the way. 10. 2 more. Okay, now we have 12 circles. 12 circles. 12 double crochet in our circle, counting the chain. We're going to slip stitch in the top of the chain 3. I'm going to slide in right here. If I do that, it'll make it stick out. I'm going to slide in right here and then slip stitch over. So we're going to slip stitch in the top of the chain 3, which is slide through, yarn over, slide through, and slide through again. Now they're joined. Now you can grab the tail, hold on in the middle, and pull. And that tightens up your circle. And once you weave in that tail, it'll stay tight. So there we are. You've done your first round. Now I am going to slip stitch one more time. You know what? I'm not. Okay. Retract that. We have joined at the top of the chain 3. Now we're going to chain 3 again for our second round. When you do that, it counts as a double crochet on this and every round, especially when you're making circles. Now, to keep it flat and to increase in a circle, an increase is when you put 2 stitches in one. We're going to put 2 double crochet in every stitch all the way around. We had 12 stitches, so we're going to put in 2 double crochet. That'll give us 24 stitches by the end. All right, we have our chain 3. We're going to go in the same stitch and double crochet. Okay. And then two double crochet in every stitch all the way around. This is the basic method for making circles, especially flat circles. You can use it for anything from coasters to placemats to rugs to round bottom bags. Anything you want to make round and flat. The first circle you start off with, well, I just knew that with this size yarn, a chain 4 for double crochet, I could fit 12. But then on the second round, you'll increase in every stitch, which means 2. And in the third round, you would increase in every other stitch. In the fourth round, in every third stitch, and so on. I will make a tutorial about increasing and decreasing and how it changes your shape and your size. So, like I say, the second round, we're just making a circle and keeping it flat. So we're putting an increase in every stitch, which simply means 2 double crochet in each one. Mm-hmm. We're almost there. One more. All right, we've put 2 double crochet all the way around. We are going to slip stitch to connect it. Go through the third chain, pull through, and pull through again. And now we are connected, and we have a full circle. Okay, only one more round, and we'll be done. Like I say, this is a very simple pattern. Okay, for the third round, we're going to chain 1. That gives us the height for the round. And then in the same stitch, we are going to single crochet. All right, that's where we'll come in at the end with our slip stitch right there. Now we are going to chain 2 and single crochet again in the same stitch. All right, now if you pull on it, it'll give you a bump or a spike. Basically, you can do as many chains as you like, and depending on the weight of your yarn, technically that's called a picot, P-I-C-O-T. When you single crochet, chain, single crochet in the same stitch to make a bump or a point, they call it a picot. And so we've got single, chain 2, single. We're going to skip a stitch and go into the next one and do the same thing 12 times. Single, you know, is just push through, yarn over, and then, excuse me, pull through 2. Chain 2, single in the same stitch. And you'll want to grab it and pull it out, shape it. There, picot number 2. Okay, skip the next stitch, go into the next one. So we're going to put a picot in every other stitch, technically. Single, chain 2, single, done. 9 more, and we'll have made a coaster. single, chain 2, single, skip 1, single, chain 2, single. Seems getting bigger. Need to move my hands away from me. Ah. All right. I believe we're halfway around at least. Roll out a little more yarn here. Oh, there it went. Need to get that toilet paper roller for my yarn like I've seen all over Facebook. Everybody who knows I crochet has been sending me a picture of that. It's so funny. Okay. Single. Chain 2. Single. It really did get away from me, but we'll make it work. One more. I have a little dog jumping on my hip. She's just going to have to wait for my attention. Alright, we've come to the end. We're going to slip stitch down here to hook it together. Get my fingers there, open it up, pull it through, finish it off. Okay, there we are. In just a matter of minutes, you have whipped out a coaster. You know, you could do this with a fine yarn and use it like a doily. You can use a bulky yarn like this and just make it as big as you want and make a rug out of it. You know, I will make a quick tutorial about increasing because it's just as simple as, you know, in the first row, you fit as many as you can to lay flat. And then in row number 2, you'll increase in every stitch, which means, excuse me, an increase is one more stitch than you would normally do. So you'll increase in every stitch all the way around on row 2. If you're going to increase the size of the circle and keep it going, then on the 3rd row, you would increase in every other. In the 4th row, you would increase in every 3rd, and so on. And if you're making something big and doing the increases, then you just make yourself a chart as to what row you're on and you check it off when you're done. Okay, this is it. You know, once you get that down, you can whip out yourself some coasters in whatever yarn you want. You know, cotton yarn is going to absorb moisture. Acrylic yarn is going to let it sit on the top. If all you're using it for is a coaster, it really doesn't matter what kind of yarn you use. You can use anything you want. This is the Company's Coming coaster. I'm so glad that you chose to join me today. May the good Lord, who blesses me each and every day of my life, bless you as well, today and always. Amen.